Hey there guys, Next Gen Striker here, back again for another video. And today we're going to talk about the first official leaked images of Young Justice Season 3 or Young Justice Outsiders, whatever you want to call it. So, several of you were already kind of asking me about this, and I apologize. It took me a few days to get to this. Unfortunately, this is just, I don't always have time to make videos, so that's why I usually stick to the 2-a-week schedule. That just works well for me. So, but I was, of course, going to talk about this, but naturally, we got more news about it as the days came out. High Resolution got released, which I have the two high-res images in this video. So you guys can feel free to check that out. We don't know much of anything else about it, but I'm going to share with you guys everything I know about this, a little bit of speculation, and we'll just discuss about it. So this is, of course, pretty cool news. We see this is, of course, Superboy. This is Superboy in his Undercover gear, which we did see at the last Comic-Con. We saw Superboy, Nightwing, and I believe it was Black Lightning, maybe Artemis was there as well. It was 3 or 4 people, I can't remember. But yeah, Superboy was one of the ones that was in his Undercover gear. We're finally seeing that in this image, which is pretty cool. We see him fighting a lava monster, and we have no clue who it is. Again, this was leaked. This is not, it wasn't technically officially released, but we do have high resolution pictures of it. And how we got pictures of this, let's see if I can pull that up here. But yeah, it's pretty cool that we did get that. Let me see if I can, I'm currently looking. Okay, so these screenshots, and this is of course according to the Young Justice Wiki, these screenshots can be found in the official website of Digital Imation, a South Korean animation studio that, according to their portfolio, is animating at least some of the episodes of Young Justice Outsiders. There are no other images, though. So this is where this came from. These two little images came from this. Now, they have since, of course, removed the images because they probably weren't supposed to leak them, but one of the animation companies, I guess they had this up just as examples of their work, and it does match the style of Young Justice, obviously. This is Young Justice Season 3. They worked on at least one episode of it that we know of, and this is the episode that they worked on. So, that's as far as we know about the episode, and where this is coming from and all that. Now the speculation part comes in. So, the lava monster guy. We don't know officially who it is, but we're thinking it is Calathus, who appeared in Justice League Action, which is currently, I believe it's still airing on Cartoon Network. I'm not sure. I've personally never even seen the series. I never even see it on TV. I don't know when it airs or whatever. I need to actually see it at some point. But anyway, so apparently this guy does look a lot like Calathus, who appeared in Justice League Action. And Calathus is not technically a DC character, but there is a red jar of Calathus in the lore of DC, owned by the Demon 3, or the Demons 3 in DC. And what this is leading into is, of course, Sorcery and Magic. Now, magic is something that is not new to Young Justice, as you guys know if you've seen it. I believe it was more in Season 1 because we had Dr. Fate, we had Zatanna on the team. We had that episode where the adults and the children got split into two like separate existences at the same time. That was pretty cool. And so where I'm going with this is the red jar of Calathus was the one who he has a stake in this. Sorcerer being Felix Faust. Now, that might ring a bell for some of you who've been with Young Justice for a while, but he has a hand in the red jar of Calathus. And Felix Faust appeared in the episode where, let's see, what episode was it? Misplaced, it looks like. So he appeared in the 2 episodes where the adults and the children got split up in the Young Justice universe. And he was there along with the other wizards that were in the Demon Circle or whatever. So he was there. I don't think he's played any other role in Young Justice aside from that. But as you guys know with Young Justice, it likes to pull things from a lot of different places from the DC universe. So it would make sense that they would not only reuse a character from Justice League Action that was pretty cool, but also, you know, reusing Felix Faust again. So it would repurpose him and give him another use in the series as maybe like a minor villain. Sorcery is something that I don't think they really explored too much in Young Justice. I mean, you know, I think they've done a good job with it. Not to say that they, you know, it's a bad thing, whatever, but to do that again in Young Justice would certainly be cool to see that again. Zatanna pretty much had little to no purpose in season 2, so it would be cool to see her come back, maybe have something to do with Dr. Fate again. Felix Faust coming in, you know, he's a pretty powerful sorcerer. Maybe we could have some of the other sorcerers come in as well, since they did only really have minor roles. So it would be cool if we could have those all back again. And it would have to be someone magic based that would have to fight them. Possibly Shazam or Captain Marvel. He's still Captain Marvel in the Young Justice universe. I don't know if they're going to change him by chance, but he is magic based. It'd be cool to see him again. But anyway, something else that I really found pretty cool about this was that Superboy is, if you look at the pictures very closely, you can see that his shirt is actually melting away. Now, of course, the thing with Superman, it's somewhat inconsistent sometimes, but typically what they like to do with Superman is that he has this field around him that protects his clothes. So that kind of explains how he's able to basically follow these interdimensional beings and still have perfect clothes, right? I guess Superboy doesn't have that kind of protection. This isn't, of course, the first time that Superboy's had his shirt torn or damaged or whatever, but just an interesting little tidbit there. It must be a pretty powerful opponent, though, because Superboy is, of course, one of the stronger, physically stronger members of the team. And I would be interested to see, is this Superboy on a solo mission, or is this Superboy with his crew of Nightwing and Artemis and Black Lightning? Honestly, I still don't really understand the role of Black Lightning in this series and why he would be among the team who went undercover. Of all the characters, I mean, I understand that the Young Justice team, the original team from season 1, I get them wanting to go undercover because I think that has to do with Wally West. It could also be a plot thing with the meta-human trafficking and all that. But Black Lightning being this prominent superhero, probably a member of the Justice League in this series, if I had to guess, it is kind of odd that he would go undercover. So this might not be directly tied into Nightwing no longer wanting to be a hero or whatever. But it's interesting considering the other news that we've heard about Young Justice. I'm just kind of trying to figure out how it all pieces together. I don't know. It would be cool. We'll get to see hopefully some missions of the original team members going on missions. And I don't know. Do you think Superboy is still going to go by the name Superboy? Because at this point, it's a little bit unfitting of him to go by that name. Just throwing it out there. I mean, he's getting pretty old. Now, I know this is a bit unrelated, but just to kind of throw in the discussion here. Now, do I think Superboy is in mortal danger in this episode? Probably not. I mean, something bad is definitely going on here. He's getting injured. But that's kind of standard fare for these shows, right? But a lot of people think that, you know, when I had the other video discussing the Young Justice deaths, that Superboy, nothing would happen to him, nothing would happen to the main cast members. I think Superboy is a pretty likely target this season because, I mean, how old is he going to be when he's a Superboy? I mean, I get that. Like, he's always going to stay the same age or whatever, but I think he does have a fairly good chance of something happening to him in this season, so just throwing that out there as well. As far as, you know, we talked about him being Calathus, but I don't know if there's any other maybe Darkseid lava-based characters. But if there is someone from Apocalypse, I think that Calathus would fit in with Apocalypse, given the situation here. And again, we haven't really heard much about Darkseid or Apocalypse, which, guys, remember the end of Season 2, Darkseid and Apocalypse, they were shown. So they're going to play a role here. They could be the ones behind the metahuman trafficking. Who knows? I mean, it would make sense for Darkseid to do that. And for Calathus to be a part of that, or whoever this is, I'm just assuming it's Calathus because they look similar. It makes sense that he would be a part of this. And if so, he could be wanting that Kryptonian DNA, in which case Superboy's in trouble. Because obviously, I mean, they could kill off Superman in this and then have him come back in the black suit or whatever, but I think it would make more sense to have a death be in the team. You know, we've already done Wally. I don't want any of the members to die, but I'm just throwing it out there. That's a very likely chance. So yeah, that's about as much speculation as I could possibly pull out of this. That's really all we have. There hasn't really been much else news about Young Justice other than this. But you guys didn't want me to cover it, so I just thought, you know, instead of just saying, oh yeah, here's some images, I would kind of break it down, discuss it, give my thoughts and all that. So there's certainly a lot that could come from this. Hopefully we get more actual stuff that comes out of this. So I hope you guys enjoyed my discussion. And yeah, more if I can even talk. More Young Justice content. Thumbs up if you enjoy it. Comment below, let me know your thoughts, and subscribe for more. That's all I have for now. Catch you guys later.